Brad Williams, Excel Prime. How to change the startup prompt. When you open a workbook that contains one or more external reference formulas, by default, Excel is going to display this dialog box right here. And I tried to point this out to you previously, but I'm going to discuss this a little more in detail. The dialog box, you can eliminate this by changing the settings, and I'll go through that again. We can disable this simply by going to Data, Edit Links, Startup Prompt, and then don't display the alert and update links. Hit OK. Say we want to update links. How do we do that? We go to Data, Edit Links, and then if we have a specific link we want to update, here we have 28.3. We just go Update Values and Status. OK. You want to check the other? Just hit Update Values. Source is open. Let's say you want to change the source. What do I mean by source? We have workbook link, that's your source. What if we want to change it to book 1? We go to, now keep in mind, read this path, workbook link formula, and what's important here, sheet 1, C5. We're going to refer to whatever is in sheet 1, C5 if we change the source. If there's nothing in the new source in C5, we're going to show a 0. Keep that in mind. To change, we just go to Data, Edit Links. Make sure you check the right box. We want to change the workbook link example. And you know, workbook link example is what's shown in C5 in workbook link example 1. But if we change source and we open up book 1, we hit OK. Now we have 0. Why? Well, if we open up book 1, close, file, book 1, well, C5 has nothing. And now we're going to say, now we, right? So now we go back to the original, we go to back 28.5. Notice I just typed whatever was in book 1 and it shows up here. If we go back, edit, book 1, go back, change source, go to workbook 1, open, and we have workbook link example from workbook 1. That's how you can change sources. Let's say you want to break this link, remove workbook from the cell. You can do two things. You could just type over this and break this link. In other words, you could type in workbook link example and it'll break this link. Or you could simply go to Edit Links, make sure you hit Workbook Links Example. You want to break the link. Hit Break Link, and it says breaking link permanently converts formulas and external references to their existing values. Because this cannot be undone, you may want to save a version of this file with a new name. Are you sure you want to break lines? Break line. We just broke that line. References to Workbook 1 is gone. Hit close, and now you just have a value. And hitting Control Z won't reverse that. It's a one or done kind of deal. You have to ask, why is formula text still showing this? Because I haven't hit F9. Hit F9, and what do? We broke all the links. What happened? We removed the formulas. We removed the links. And now we just have values. Keep in mind, I said you want to keep workbook link as a value. But if workbook link is in other cells and you forgot about them, you can see what happens. If this was an important formula, you have to retrace your steps and recreate this. That's why sometimes you want to save a copy. That way you have a reference point. Otherwise, now you're working with values. Brad Williams, Excel Prime.